Dear learners, I am Rashmi Narula and today we are going to talk about the CRM Domestic Voice course. For this particular course, we will be covering about the BPO industry, we will get to know what a BPO industry is, we will identify the types of BPO companies, we will also talk about the list of skills those are required for this industry, and we will talk about how to adapt to the work culture of a BPO industry, and then we will discuss about the growth path of an employee within this BPO industry. So first of all, let's see what is domestic BPO industry. BPO industry is a planned and structured arrangement between an organization and an outsourcing partner to perform services which could otherwise be conducted in-house. So for example, if there is a telecom operator and every other day you call to your telecom operator regarding some complaints or anything that you need, or for example any instrument that you are using in your house, for let's say a washing machine, your TV, anything. So you call to their team and you discuss about the problems that you are facing with that particular instrument. So that particular team who responds to your queries, that is the BPO group, that is the BPO industry. But if they outsource this to some other company, suppose we say that we as a company are doing something and then we need a support system, to respond to the queries that customers are going to ask us. We might want to outsource this because we don't want, so many employees in our organization, or we don't have the infrastructure at all. We need to have, when a customer is calling, there are so many things that should be in place to respond to each of the customer calls, because generally the number is just one number is given to all the customers and you might be calling at the same time. There might be so many customers calling at the same time, so everything has to be handled. So there are some companies who have everything in place already, they have all this set up for the calling and responding, and they can easily take the work of responding the calls of some other company on their behalf. So then this is called the outsourcing thing. So that's what we discuss. Outgoing sourcing partner can be there and the in-house thing can be there. Benefits of BPO industries are, this could save salaries, this could save infrastructure and the specialization cost. As I told, if I don't have the infrastructure as a company, suppose there is a company that doesn't have their own infrastructure in place, they can simply outsource it to some other company who has that in place. They already have this system, they just have to dedicate couple of employees to this particular company who can respond to the calls of this particular company, and they can train them about the products and services offered by this company. Now the next benefit of in-house, the outsourcing of calling thing is that they generate employment, they provide and equal opportunities to males and females. You might have heard that when you call any company's customer care thing, there might be males and females both responding to the calls, and there is no particular specialization required which is gender specific. So both males and females can opt for a job in this industry, and getting more and more people employed is the main benefit of this particular BPO industry. So the types of BPO industries, the type of different BPO companies in India and and onshore also are like inbound and outbound companies. Inbound is when you only receive the incoming calls, when there is a customer support for one particular product or service that you are using and you call the customer care to help resolve your queries, then it is called the inbound. Outbound is where the outgoing calls are also required. For example, there is some company who have to make calls to get the client base. They have to call maybe door to door and they have to call some given leads to check with them if they need their services or not. So that is called the outbound type of the company. Then we have domestic and international. Domestic is one that operates within the country, and international is which operates across seas. Onshore, offshore and nearshore. What is onshore company? Where you provide the support to the client which is on a shore, which is not inside your country, which is beyond beyond your region, and you provide the offline support. Offline as in because there might be time difference or something like that, and they might need 24-hour service. So sometimes companies and big companies employ companies from different regions so that they can operate in both the timings. They can operate in their own working timings also, and when their in that particular company, they are not working, then the other company can work on their behalf and they can respond to the calls. Offshore is the opposite of that. You can work when you work in the same region only, and nearshore is when you work in the nearby regions, so that the time difference is not much, but you need more support in the nearby areas. Then we have third party BPO and captive. So again, third party BPO is when someone else is responding on somebody's behalf, when you have hired someone else, when the particular person who is answering to your call is not belonging to that one particular company, is not the employee of that one particular company, but still answering the calls on this company's behalf. So these are some of the examples of the BPO companies in India: Genpact, Wipro, American Express, TCS and Tech Mahindra. They are handling the complete infrastructure of the BPO thing in India, and some of these hire and work for other companies also. They have employees who are working on a different project, who are answering for the calls of some different companies. So these are the type of the different BPO companies in India. So now let's talk about the skills required for domestic BPO. First of all, the basic skill is speaking regional language. Now, the companies operating in India largely might be based on English language, because English is more commonly known language across the regions. But then if you are working for a local company that is working in one particular region, you must be aware of that particular language. There are different languages other than English also that are known widely. For example, Hindi is known widely in India, is one of the main required language if you have to work for a company which is operating across India. Then the regional languages, you might have heard different languages, people answering in that particular language for this particular region when you are calling from that region to the customer care of some company. Then communication skills. You should know very well how to answer the queries of the customer. Whatever the customer is asking you, first of all, you should be obviously be trained about the company or product that you are working for. Then you should be able to clear the message. You should be able to answer the query of the customer in the exact manner what the customer is looking for. Then the confidence in communication. You might not be, you should not be afraid of what you are saying. If customer is asking you something, BPO is all about handling customers, answering to customers' queries, resolving their problems, telling them the information about the product or services that you are taking care of. So confidence is required there. You might not be doubtful in something that you are telling to the customer. If they are asking you something, suppose they have called you to understand how your product is working. Suppose you are working in a BPO for selling a laptop, and the customer has asked you some questions about this laptop, like how is it working, what is the operating system, how many hard disks does it have, what is the amount of RAM and everything, and you are like dicey, I don't know, this product is like maybe, so you are thinking something and you are not confident in the kind of product you are selling. That would be very giving a bad image for your company, that the executive themselves don't know about the product, then how would they be able to sell it? So you should be very confident. And if you don't know the answer of something that customer is asking, either you tell them that you don't know or just transfer the call to somebody else. So confidence is the key. Then flexibility with working hours. So majorly in BPO, most of the products and systems that you have used, you might have seen that they have mentioned 24/7 support. For example, you call a bank. Sometimes there are working hours for some particular queries. If there are transactional things or something, there might be some particular hours. They might tell you that you have to call between this time and this time in the day. But otherwise, for some companies, they say that we have 24/7 support. For the basic things, you can ask us a question and we can reply you, we can give you this particular information. So an important thing that is required if you are working in a BPO industry is that you should be flexible with the working hours. You should be open to work across any hours in the day, because the support is required throughout the day. Then working knowledge of computers. Even if you are not in a product that is computer based, not into softwares or something like that, even if you are on a customer support system of a TV, Then also you have to have the basic knowledge of computers. Why? Because you have to keep a record of everything. You know, the customers who have called you, they have asked something, so you have to keep a note of everything, and paperwork is not done these days. Everything is digital, and you have to write the notes and everything, so you have to have the basic knowledge of computers to work in a BPO industry. Then understanding English. As I said, that English is a most widely known language in India and internationally. So English is the basic requisite of working in a BPO industry. Not necessarily you have to answer in English, but sometimes customer might speak in English. Even if they have chosen Hindi as a language, they might speak in English sometimes, and you at least have to understand, even if you answer them in Hindi or in a regional language and whatsoever language that you are fluent in, but you should have to understand what the customer is saying. So at least understanding knowledge of English is required. Then adaptability. Adaptability is required not just in the domestic BPO thing. Adaptability, whenever you are working in a situation, you have to adapt the atmosphere inside you. You have to capture that, you have to take care of whatever is going on in your surrounding, and you should be very much okay with that. So kind of adaptability is required for any kind of work, any kind of employment that you are working for. So now career opportunities in BPO industry. Once you have learnt about all these things and you are now looking for a job in BPO industries, what are the different opportunities that are available in India and onshore within the BPO industry? First of all is voice process. Voice process is the most widely known when we talk about BPO. It simply employs to the voice thing. Voice thing, as we have discussed throughout, that in a BPO you have to respond to the calls, that customer is making to get their queries resolved. That is the voice process. You have to answer the queries, you have to share the information about the services of the company and all those things. Then next is data entry. Data entry, again, even if you are keeping a note of the data, whatever you have discussed with the company, the client and the customer, those are the things. Other than that also, data entry is, suppose there is a company that is outbound. As we discussed, the companies who have to make call to check with different people if they are interested in one particular services. I'm sure so many of you are known to the calls you are getting about the loans. Every now and then you receive calls that if you are interested in this particular kind of loan, that loan. These are the outbound calls. Those companies, those banks or the third parties are making these calls to you to know your interest in taking a loan. Then there, in such companies, data entry plays an important role, because they have this complete database of customers they have to call to, and then they have to maintain this. So whether or not you are placing those calls, you have to take care of the data sometimes. So if you are good with that data entry, if you are efficient in working on Microsoft Office, especially Excel, then you can take this option as your employment. Then medical transcription. Medical transcription is again a part of this BPO industry, wherein you are required to transfer the documents in one particular language and read the whatever is written in the medical language. When it comes to the medical language, there are different maybe symbols and different keywords that you have to understand, and then you can simply translate into normal English language, and you can tell this to somebody else who is taking care of this product. So medical transcription is again a part of the BPO industry. Then medical billing. If you have seen that the bills that you are getting maybe from the chemist or at the doctors, those have one particular format. Those are again a part of BPO industry, because those are created and taken care of when not necessarily when somebody is calling, otherwise also when you are in the data entry also this is required, and in the complete software system it is also required when the billing thing is done. So you have to understand, and you can take this way also if you are good with the a different kind of medicines and products, so then you can take this particular line also. Then we have content writing. Content writing is again a major part of BPO industry. Just like the voice process, content is required for everything now. if you have an informational website, if you have a regular website wherein students are studying, if you have an institutional website or anything, content is required, or a blog nowadays. So content is required for everything, you know, for even if you are just representing some product on the website. So content, they need content for this thing, and content writing is getting an popular, this is getting to be a, you know, popular line and industry in itself. So content writing is one important part of it. Then we have web designing. When it comes to web designing, there is a support required. If that is completely made, after that also, you know, the continuous support is required. After the production, during the production time also, the customer service support is required. So web designing again is a part of this industry, not as huge as the voice process of course and the content writing, but it also plays an important role. Then we have recruitment process outsourcing. Now recruitment, any company that has started its operations and they are now working full-fledged, they must be needing to hire more and more employees. Sometimes, you know, previous employees leave, then they have to replace them, and focusing on the work, they would not be preferring to talk to every potential candidate themselves. So they might hire people to work on this thing, and you know, as an HR maybe, or as a consultancy or a third party, to get the employees hired on their in their company. So they can either outsource it to the consultancy or maybe some company, or to one person also. So this is you know, this is again a huge part of the BPO industry, because this is applicable to every company that is working in any field, any industry. They have to hire the employees, and they might have to outsource their process. Knowledge process outsourcing. So knowledge process is, if you know something, this is related with the training. If you know something and if you have to share those skills, some companies, when they hire new employees or fresh graduates, they might have to train them to work on this one particular product that they are providing services for. So they have to train their employees in that particular area. Sometimes they outsource it. If they do not have the talent in their organization, they outsource it to somebody and they get the employees trained. For example, English. If you are going to join any BPO industry and you are not so fluent in English, but you know, you were selected based on the skill that you were able to understand English and you were able to respond in the regional language. Now the company is expanding its services and they also want you to respond in English. So they might have you to get a training from some other outsourcing company, you know, for you to get understanding of English and learn how to respond in English, so they can get you trained. So this company who is giving you the training of this particular language is into the knowledge process. So they are transferring their knowledge and they are training you. Similarly, the education process. Education is only about teaching. Knowledge can be sharing knowledge of anything, any technology, anything, even the processes. For example, there is a particular process that a company is following, you know, when you have to keep the customer on hold, say for this much timing, you should be playing this particular music, or you should not be holding the call for more than 30 seconds. So these kind of processes are different from company to company, and you have to learn these processes before you start working, you know, directly with the customer, talking to the customer. You have to learn all these processes. And education is simply the training of one particular subject or knowledge, so you can get the training and then respond to the queries. Now, vertical growth in this particular BPO industry. What is the levels of growth? What are the chances of your you know, career blossoming in this particular area if you have joined an industry, if you have joined a company as a BPO executive? So you start with the call center executive. This is the very basic and initial level of a company, you know, as a call center executive, as a BPO. When you join this company, you will be starting with the call center executive. And then you might be promoted to the senior executive. Senior executive is the next level. And then you get to the team lead. Team lead is when you are handling different call center executives and senior executives under you. Then you get promoted to operational manager. If you are really working well, this is the next level in BPO industry. You will be promoted to the operational manager, who will be taking care of all the operations that are going on within this particular product in a particular region. And then is the service delivery manager. Service delivery manager is the head of all these executives, and he'll be taking care of the complete region and be taking care of the how the product is getting delivered and how the services are getting delivered in this particular region for this particular product. These are the levels of the growth vertically if you are working in this industry. Then we have the horizontal growth. Horizontal growth is across the departments. If you are at one particular level only and you still need to gain more skills and you have to grow horizontally, if suppose in a company they say that to be promoted from senior executive to team lead, you have to have at least 2-3 years of experience. Without that, getting promoted to team lead would not be a good idea, because you don't have enough experience of handling the customer, answering to their queries. So experience matters, but you still feel that for now 6 months, say I have done this thing and I kind of need to learn something else to keep it interesting for myself. So within that level, at that particular level only, working as a senior executive only maybe, or if you are a team lead or something, at that particular level only, how you can grow horizontally across the departments is you can learn about finance, you can work on the financial things, you can take care, you can manage the funds of the company, and you can look at the different options to raise money, how the company can raise money by maybe campaigns or doing some activities, events or things like that. Then you can learn about the housekeeping things also. Housekeeping is upkeeping of the premises, upkeeping of the processes and everything. You can take care of that thing also within staying at the same level. Then sales also, if you are working simply as an responder when the customer is calling and you are answering to their queries, so you can also start taking care of the sales. You can start influencing them to take the services of the company. Then you have human resources. You can take care of the employees working. You can work as a offline lead. You can take care of new employees. You can train them. You can, so that comes into training also. You can train the employees as a team building part. You can do that, comes into human resources. You can do different things when you are working at the same level. And the recruitment, again, if you are working and you already know that this is what is required for this particular product, if I have to answer to the customer's queries, so you can help the human resource team in recruitment, for taking interviews and guiding them on what kind of talent is required for this particular product. So in this way you can grow horizontally. So then is the work culture in the BPO industry. What is the work culture in BPO industry? In BPO, it is totally the energetic setting, vibrant environment, because when you are working on a product, you are kind of excited about this particular product. Okay, as of now you only have seen TV and you have only watched some programs in this TV. Now when you are working as a customer care employee in this particular TV company, you get to know several things about it. Whenever you are working in one particular company about a product company, you get to know about it, you learn some new things, so you always are excited to get to know about these things. So there the work culture is energetic and really vibrant environment. Then 24/7 work environment, as we have already discussed, because companies need the support system for customers across the day. Customers can call whenever they are free, so they have to have the support for 24 hours in a day. Then professional and friendliness. Most of the BPO employees that you will be meeting would be professional and would be friendly. Friendly because they have to face the customer every time. They cannot be rude. When a customer is calling, they can just not be rude. They cannot answer the call rudely. They cannot say, I don't know about this laptop, what you are calling about. So they have to be friendly. When you are facing as a company, you are representing a company and you are facing a client, you have to be friendly in manner. So that's why they'll be always friendly and professional. Then long working hours, deadlines to meet. Sometimes there might be, you know, working hours might be long, but I must mention that you should not take that as a negative. Whenever the working hours are going to, you know, expand beyond their regular times, I'm sure you must be learning good things about it, and you must be happy in responding and happy in working and getting your work completed. And then deadlines to meet. There might be some deadlines to meet. You know, if you are working in an outbound company, you might have to make this number of calls every day. There might be some target given to you. That ways you might have these deadlines. Then gyms, sports activities, room, cafe, events and parties to distress. These all things would be available when you are working in the BPO industry. You must be having regular parties, you must be having events, different activities might be going on in your company. You will be celebrating all the festivals and events. So these things are a, you know, regular part of this BPO industry. And then we have motivation and acknowledgement, perks and incentives, and the gift certificates. The best part about this BPO industry is, you know, there might be a basic salary that you will be getting, and beyond that, if you are into sales or if you are doing good, representing good, so you might be incentivized for this particular thing. You might be appreciated and you might get bonus for that, and bonuses are again high, especially if you are working in a sales team. Per sale basis bonus is good for you to, you know, get motivated, remain motivated and make more and more sale. So this is again an important part of the work culture of BPO industry. To summarize whatever we have discussed, BPO industry is a huge industry because it is working with all different industries, you know, whether there is a computer company, whether there is a telecom company, if there is a product company, some instruments, some electronics that you are using at your home, there are different companies. All of them need the customer support team. All of them need, somebody to answer to the queries that customers have. So this is a huge industry and there is a lot of scope of employment in this particular industry, and getting in this industry is really easy. You have to undergo this training if you are not really aware of the processes or any particular language, maybe English or the regional language that the company is working on. So you have to just get trained in that particular language and you can start right away. There will be definitely a training about the processes of that particular company that you are working for. That is after the employment. So once you get into the system, it would be really easy for you, and the opportunities are really wide. As I said, because we are working with all the industries, there are a lot of opportunities in this particular industry, and you name a product, you can work for it. All these products and services have the customer support system. So you have different opportunities, different lines to work on. Choose your interest and then choose this company to work for. And the work culture in all the given BPO industries, whatever product it is, whatever service it is, work culture would be really good, friendly and professional. So you don't have to worry about that culture also. Your employment, your incentives are going to be really good financially, and with the satisfaction of work, for both these things, BPO industry is a really good industry to start with. That's all for the day. Thank you so much.